Let's continue our initial look at the mixer by looking at these other buttons over here. We'll start with the D button, which activates a delay or timing offset for each channel or each track. We see here that we can delay either in milliseconds or samples. Now the purpose of the delay is really twofold. You can pull things negative or earlier, positive or later, and this can help, number one, by shifting the feel of a track. So if sometimes you pull a certain track ahead of the beat some, it can feel better in the pocket. So you want to experiment with this some. Additionally, sometimes you want some sounds a little bit late, for instance, maybe a snare. Then the other aspect of using this is if the track sometimes might have a delay due to processing, going through some effects, audio effects or plugins, etc. You can move it forward and get it back in the timing pocket. This helps compensate for some of the timing delays. And as we'll see in the preferences, Ableton Live has some timing compensation delay, but this still gives you some additional control. Again, I'm pressing my delete key, which resets any parameter that's currently selected. Coming down now and activating the crossfader. As soon as I do that, you see below each of the channels an AB button comes open. But not on the master. We see a crossfader, much like the horizontal side on a DJ's controls, and that's precisely what this is intended to give us capabilities for. If I select, let's take these two drum tracks now, and I'll begin playback. Assign this one to A and this one to B. When I pull the crossfader over to the left, we'll hear anything assigned to A, and B disappears. As I pull it back to the center, we hear both. Then coming on across to the right, we hear more B until we hear only B. Okay, so now we understand what happens if a channel is assigned to A or B. Well, what if it's assigned to neither? We'll start a bass part, and notice it stays the same. The crossfader has no effect on it. Again, we can add in additional channels. And they fade out and move with the crossfader. Okay, and stopping all clips. Now notice that if you right click on this crossfader, you can change its activity to different settings. These are great. You can also find out more about these in your online manual, but that's a quick access to different ways. Again, I've touched delete to reset my crossfader. The last button we see is to enable the input-output section. Let's go ahead and hide our track view now and enable the view of the input-output. If we say, first of all, where is MIDI or audio coming from and where is it going to? Do we want to hear it monitor all the time what's coming in? Do we want it to automatically switch so that we hear only what's coming in when we're in record mode? Or we hear playback when we're not in record mode? So that's in. Always monitor what's coming into this input. We want to hear what's coming in or playback clips automatically depending on record mode, or not monitor at all. So in that mode, we only hear what's coming out of the channel naturally, never what's coming in to the inputs. In general, you want to leave that in auto mode. So if you want to play this and you have several MIDI devices, you can identify those: the keyboard, my remote keyboard, my pad K pad controller. So whatever you might have. We'll delve into more of this later, but if you leave it to all inputs, that will automatically create the ability that no matter what I play, I can hear that sound. Okay, so let's go to input. I play my keyboard. I play my pads. It automatically monitors this sound no matter what's coming in from any MIDI device. Okay, the output, where does the audio go to? We could normally send this to the master, but if you wanted to create some groups, you could send several channels to a new track. Let's talk about how to create a new channel now. We haven't covered that yet. If you right click, you can insert a new audio track, a new MIDI track, or a new return track. So I can insert another audio track and start recording right away if I want to. Okay, so that's tracks, channels, and again going across the scenes. Okay, so again we can hide or reveal any parts of the mixer we may want to give us more screen space for seeing scenes and for seeing clips. Okay, that's a quick look at how the mixer is going to work to help you out. As we go over now from Session into the Arrange view, we have the same mixer controls over here, but again, we're going to resize things out sometimes to be able to see those. Okay, we'll deal more with the Arrange view mixer when we get to the Arrange part of this course. Okay, back to Session view, and again this is our main mixer section. Okay, just a reminder, as we leave I can open up Detail View and hide or reveal the browser as need. Okay, that concludes our introductory look at the Session View mixer.